live, all the different ways. So today the guests, we're going to hear from Devery Goss. I always pronounce it wrong.
Yeah.
Devery Goss. She is on here every year telling us about summer reading programs and all the other programs they have with the Montgomery County Memorial Library System. And in the second half, we're going to hear about Mama Bears Rising and their 1-year anniversary from Jessica Martin-Brassington. So this show is sponsored by Roger Stein Chiropractic and the late Conroe Realty Group. Roger Stein Chiropractic is located at 3033 West Davis by Conroe High School and Taco Bell on Highway 105, treating patients of all ages and backgrounds, from infants to seniors, weekend athletes to professionals, with a focus on natural, holistic healing to not only relieve pain, but achieve optimal health. Dr. Stacy Rogers holds certifications in adjusting extremities, arms, legs, hands, feet, clinical nutrition, prenatal, and pediatric care. And if you're a new patient, it's less than $30 to go and see one of her physicians. I believe she has 4 in her office right now. And it is all donated to CASA, Kids in CPS Custody. So, Roger Stein Chiropractic. And the Lake Conroe Group serves as one of the best places in the greater Montgomery County area, your best source for buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Call it Vinny Sinisi, because it's Sinisi, name to remember. So, what's going on around our area? Well, we just had Mother's Day, and after Mother's Day, we start thinking about graduation is coming up, whether it's kindergarten or middle school. High school's a big one, very big, and then, of course, college, master's degrees, all of that. So that's what May's about. So if you want to break from that, there's a few things going on. This Friday, May 19th, is the free Movie in the Park, hosted by the City of Conroe Parks and Recreation at the Heritage Place Park. You can bring your blanket, lawn chairs. You can't bring any glass bottles, but go there and watch Moana. I am just all over the place today. That's the featured Disney movie, and it's a great movie. I saw that with my granddaughters. And it starts at dusk or 8:15, and concessions will be available at the park. And don't forget that when it stops raining and it's humid out and you want to get in the water, the Conroe Water Park is open Saturdays and Sundays through the end of May, and then the hours shift after Memorial Day. But it's open from 10 to 6, and you can get a season pass, or you can pay a daily admission fee of $10 per person. It's a great way to cool off. Season tickets are now available at both of our community theaters for shows premiering September through next July 2024. The show lineup, and this is pretty cool. So the Crichton Theater, Stage Right, is hosting 9 to 5, the musical, Clue, Christmas Bells, West Side Story, the Buddy Holly story, and ending with Beauty and the Beast. So you can find out about that by going to crichtontheater.org. The Players Theater Company that has shows at the Owen Theater will premiere Anything Goes, Leading Ladies, Holiday Inn, Wait Until Dark, and this one is supposed to be really good. The SpongeBob Musical. I know that sounds weird, but it's supposed to be really phenomenal. Into the Woods and Butterflies Are Free. Go to owentheater.com for more information about that. So you can start making plans now for the Montgomery County Veterans Memorial Park Memorial Day observance and dedication for the names on the line that will be on Memorial Day, Monday, May 29th at 9 a.m. at the park located at 1776 Freedom Boulevard in Conroe, right next to the library. But there's parking also available underneath 45, and they will also have golf carts out there to help with that and traffic control. So with that, we're going to take a quick break and be back with Devery with all the information about the library.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Okay, and we are back today. Devery comes on the show every year, sometimes in between, but mostly right before the summer reading program kicks off. How long have you been with the library, Devery?
I have been with the Montgomery County Public Library for 19 years.
19 years. Wow.
Yeah.
So you were a teenager when you started.
Yeah, thank you. I've been
awesome.
the outreach coordinator since 2008. Oh my God.
Have you seen a lot of changes?
Yes.
As a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact, I have. We've had I opened the new Caney Library when I became a librarian. So we had a new library there in Mitchell. We got a new library to make 7 branches. Wow. And our tech has gone up and yeah, programming has been outstanding. We hired great people.
You have so many things.
Yes. And so that's what I'm here to talk about.
Yes. And you know, books, yes, of course, books. You can have a physical book, you can do ebooks, you can do all that. But there's so much more. So let's start off with summer reading. When does that start? When does it kick off?
Okay, so I wanted to let you know that this year's summer reading, because we do it every year, is going to be the best ever that we've ever had.
Okay.
So it starts May 30th, and it goes to July 21st. We have 2 things you can do. We have a new sign up online called Reader Zone. And May 30th, you can go to our website at countylibrary.org and sign in with that. And we have 2 ways to do it. You can choose to do it by books. So if you read 10 books, you'll get a fabulous prize. Or you can read 300 minutes if you're 0 to 8, which is about 20 minutes a day. So that's nothing.
That's great.
Yeah. So you have a child that's 5, right? And you have a newborn. Well, you can sign up the newborn as well because your child can read to the newborn and that counts as minutes. Or you can read to the newborn.
And that's a great thing to do.
Then they can get their own certificate and you show them years later, yeah, you were at the reading program at the library, which people do. They keep the certificates we give them.
I do too. I remember before my son was in kindergarten, he read 500 books.
Yeah.
And I had that sticker on my refrigerator for years.
Yes. And also, we don't just do it for the kids. We do it for teens.
Oh, okay.
So for teens, you read 600 minutes, which is, 10 books, still 10 books. It's just thicker books. And adults can win prizes as well, and they can do it by reading. But you don't have to just read books. You can read ebooks. You can listen to e-audiobooks. You can download our apps for that, and they're all free.
Free?
Yes.
You just need a library card.
Yes, that would help.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So,
but if you don't have a library card and want to come to our programs, which is part 2 of our summer reading extravaganza, we have the reading part where you can
and there's more.
And there's more. And then there's programming. And we have tons of programming for all ages. We're asking you to register online, please, or give us a phone call so we can register you and your kids so we don't overcrowd. But we expect a lot of people to come through all 7 of our locations.
So tell me about some of those programs that are outside the reading.
Okay, so the first one, and I really want to emphasize this at the Central Branch in Conroe, is that we're having June 7th at 2 p.m. We're having a teen pizza demo and summer reading kickoff. And it's for ages 13 to 17. And what you do is you get to make your own pizza, and then you get to eat it.
Well, I would hope so.
I don't know that they're going to
You
cook
have
it.
ovens, and can
No,
you bake it?
No,
Oh,
they're just
okay.
going to demo.
Like, wow,
you get to
library's
play.
changed.
You can play with the
You can toss it.
yeah. People, little kids, when they do it, they run around with like old dough in their hands. Oh, look what I got! And then they drop it on the carpet, and you can't get it out. It's awesome. And but no, they'll have cooked pizza for them. So I really want to emphasize that, because instead of we have parties at the end of summer reading for everybody to celebrate. In this case, they're doing it at the beginning of summer reading. So that's June 7th.
So they can start making relationships with other people too.
Yes, and see all the different things that we
Okay.
have. So yes, so I had a phone thing with full of stuff, but they have different things listed on our website every day by branch and by time and by age group.
You have a whole calendar on there.
Yes.
I saw that.
We've updated our website so it's easier to read and easier to see and all that. And all you need is a library card. Let me hold this up for you, which I'm assuming you have one of these.
I actually do. I found it. I haven't used it yet, but yes.
So
I
it's
do
this
have
color is similar to the Sam's Club card. Sorry, but it has our website on it.
Yes.
So you can go to our website and check things out for those.
one. So you have all different programs. I mean, you have programs for, like you said, newborns all the way up. You
To
have story
adults.
times. You have adult programs. You have teen programs. Because, it's often difficult to find things that are actually even free to do in the summer for families. I know as a mom, I used to take my 3 boys to the library all the time and do activities. But there's so much more than what it was then. I mean, there's all kinds of activities. And so for each age group, is there something like every week that happens?
Yes.
Pretty much.
Probably usually. So normally we run in Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays is what our most stuff. But we're doing Mondays now and Saturdays. So we're expanding our time so everybody can just look on where they want to go. If they want to go to several places at once, like let's go to the South Branch, go to the Conroe Branch, go out to Magnolia.
All
They
the
can-
branches have something going on.
Yes, and different things as well.
Right,
So, and we
right.
have performers, but our staff is so creative. They're doing a lot of the programming themselves.
That's
So,
cool.
I want to talk to you about computer classes.
Yes, talk to me about that.
We Wednesday.
What ages?
So teens to
Oh.
adults. Our computer analysts are at several locations, and we all have programs that they sign up for. And they're basics. They're like how to send an email, how to sign on, little Excel spreadsheets and PowerPoints, all that fun stuff.
Formulas, things
Yes.
like that?
Yeah, and PowerPoint keyboarding, which we used to call typing.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Back in the day. Yes,
Back
there was
in
typing
the
classes.
day.
So you have, with your computer classes, a Learning Express library and digital learning.
Yes.
What's
Oh,
the difference
those
between all those two
Those
things?
are called databases, and we pay for those. And they're research based and authoritative. It is not Google, okay? It is like higher level stuff, and they have things like Learning Express. So, for example, if you wanted to get your GED. You can go online with your library card at home if you want to,
Wow.
and study and take practice tests. And whatever you're good at, you don't have to worry about anymore. You can just study what you're not good at, and then you should be able to take the tests. That database, that specific one, goes all the way down to middle school. So if they need help with homework, with mathematics, with whatever, they can do that. And it goes all the way up to the ASVAB test, so they can get in the military. I believe that's what it was called. Yeah. That's what the beginning ones is what they take. So yes, and we pay for that, and we want people to use that.
Maybe they can do their online physicals.
They also have no, we don't have that. But you can learn crafts if you're into knitting or what. We have a DIY thing for databases.
How to? Huh.
Yeah, if
That's
you want
interesting.
to. And then we have tons of others. If you want to read a newspaper and you're not from here, but I want to read a local newspaper, you can go on our website, and we have a newspaper thing that you can check out. Also, did you know that we have apps at our library? You can download applications. We have Libby, which is you can download e-readers and e-audiobooks, and Hoopla, which is e-audiobooks as well. And then I want to pursue another database that's called Transparent Language, and you can download the app, and you can learn different languages. So you can learn
Wow.
things like Spanish or French or
Well, that would be good
whatever.
if you're taking a trip out of the
Yes.
country,
Yeah, then you have it with you, and you're like, okay, This is
or
what I meant.
even if you're employing people that have speak other languages.
Yes.
You know,
So,
very handy.
yes.
Wow, you can teach
one of
yourself.
those hidden things. that
So
we
many,
have.
there's so many things. It's always so amazing to see what the library does. And the benefit is this is part of our tax money that we pay
Yes.
as residents in Montgomery County for
Yeah.
all these services. So it's free.
I call
free.
them life enhancing amenities.
It's fabulous. And, you know, I always like to touch on this because people don't realize this, that if you want to research your genealogy, you can go use the library.
Yes, and they have programs this summer too. The Ancestry.com that you can buy at home.
It's pricey.
Yes, it is. The library has the library edition, which is a little bit higher level than the.
And it's free?
And yes, it's free.
And there's another one that the kids do. It's like a ancestry thing, but it's called something with numbers.
I don't know.
I don't know, but they do that too.
They have a lot of military things. It's called Fold 3, based on the flag, the folded flag of the military, so you can research military things. And we have a lot of books and things from the South, but we also have things that you can research your genealogy from other countries. So if you're from the South America or Cuba or someplace, we have those abilities. Plus, we have great staff that'll help you research things. So
That is just
and they're in
so amazing.
in separate languages. So if you want to start a family tree, we have them in English and Spanish for right now.
You could just go on an adventure to the library and go from one place to another. It's almost like going to a entertainment venue, right?
For me, it is. One other thing is some of our seniors have they get those glasses and they have hard time reading things, but we have what's called large print books. So it's the same book, it's just a little thicker and the print is larger, so they don't have to use their glasses if they don't want to, which some people
That's
don't
good
like
to
that.
know too.
Yes, so
Wow.
our seniors are very.
I need to get you speaking again at the senior monthly luncheon.
Oh, again, yes, yeah, definitely. Bring my
Okay.
genealogy librarian with me when I come.
Yes, they always love that. All right, so let's talk about some specific programs. You have 1,000 books
Before
before kindergarten.
Yes. So that's also we have a new reading program zone called Reader Zone, and they sign up for Reader Zone and they input their the books that they've read, and the moms do that for kids that are under kindergarten, so they're just starting to read. And if they make 1,000 books by kindergarten, they can come in and we give them a special prize at any branch.
But it's motivating.
Yes,
It's
it is.
motivating to see their progress, and they take
Yes.
pride in that, and that teaches them early how important reading is.
Plus, they do brain studies, and if before 5 years old, that's when all the things connect your brain
Right.
net, and so that that reading will help enhance their learning.
What a great idea. Then you also have story time, reading to therapy dogs. Tell me about that.
We have regular story time for various age groups, but one of the special ones we do is we contract someone to bring a nice, gentle dog in, and you can sign up. And if your child is a reluctant reader and doesn't like to read aloud in front of people, they can go to the dog and read to the dog, and the dog will lay there and wag his tail, and it builds a lot of confidence for the students.
So that's on the calendar, and that's at a specific time,
Yes,
correct?
yes.
Okay.
You just need to look on our website. There's so many. There's hundreds of programs, and I'm sorry I did not memorize them all.
Well, no, but I mean, just to have, you're a library, of course you have resources. That's what you do. You have so many, but it's more than just reading is the point I'm trying to emphasize.
Oh, thanks.
That there's a lot of things. Movies, you can live stream movies, right?
Yes, yeah.
How does that work?
You download our app, and you can live stream movies. Plus, we have DVDs, so you can order.
Or you can get them in person. You can get the real thing too, right? Or do they still do that? Do
The
they still rent those out? Not rent. What is the word?
DVDs?
Yeah.
They check out DVDs. Yeah, if you
I
have
know
a
it used
DVD
to be
player.
VHS and all that
I
back in the
know,
day.
and cassettes. That shows how old we are.
Yeah, I know. We used to do that.
I'm so sorry.
But so now they're DVDs that you can
Check out.
check out.
Yes, and everything is 14 days. movies. So movies, you have to be 18 or above to rent out the movies. But everybody with their library card can check out 30 items. Everybody.
30.
Every 2 weeks.
Wow.
And then I wrote this. And then what else? And you can check out 10 audio items on top of that. And then there's, I believe there's 30 ebooks you can rent. So, and audiobooks, 10 audiobooks. So you could
have a library party.
So it's like 65 books, I think, total. Don't quote me on that number, but every 2 weeks. So
That's a lot.
You can read a lot. Well, we do that to, especially the 30 items, because teachers come in and get sets for subjects areas that they're teaching, and so they can check out a whole set without having to worry about it. So we try and help
That's a great
the schools
resource.
like that.
Yes, and it's free.
Yeah, it's free with your library card.
So what I noticed, and I was just kind of looking on your website, that you have such unique things that people don't realize. You know, you have things with doing science and experiments, things like that. And I think that's,
Yes.
I don't remember what age group that was, but you have that. You have something with Legos, chess club for seniors, plant swap.
Yep.
Who would think about that?
Well, our librarians do, and they listen to the people around their community and their demographics, and that's what they ask for, and we try and give it to them if we can.
See, that I think is pretty amazing. 'Cause
That's why
seniors
our
do ask
staff
for
is
that.
so great at doing their job. They're always helpful. They're always, where in the world can you go to talk about an imaginary character in a book than at a library and have the librarian be interested in that? A total stranger goes, oh, yes, I love that book. And yeah, there's no place like it in the world.
Well, I'm just amazed all the time. Every time you come in here, I think, gosh, why haven't I done this? And then I get busy with life. But I really need to do this because I'm trying to get back into reading. And my middle son, Cody, keeps telling me all these books because apparently when he works, he can read a book while he works.
Oh, I wish I could
He goes,
do that.
why haven't you read all these books, Mom? I'm like, well, because Mom works. You know, I don't know what to say. So I've been starting to get into reading more.
Oh, good.
And and I did find my library card. I went and looked for it the last time you were here. It's probably been a year. And I probably have it in my wallet. I could pull it out, but no, I won't.
I'm not asking for proof, and I appreciate you telling me doing that.
So what have we not talked about, Devery?
I don't know. Let's see. So basic stuff. We have 7 locations.
Oh, yes.
Yes, let's talk about that. It's free to get a library card. Just show your picture ID with a current address. If you don't have it on your driver's license, then an electric bill or a rental agreement will work. If you have anybody that you're with that's 5 and up, bring them in too. They'll all get free library cards. Now, I say they can check out 30 books for the kids, but really the mom rules or the dad rules about that because they said if they say 4 books, and that's what you just letting you know it's available. But if there's a rule, we go with that.
You go family rule.
Yes, we do.
Okay, gotcha.
And so we have the Central Library where I'm located is in Conroe. We have 2 in the Woodlands, the South Regional next to HEB, down by the Sinisi Woods Mitchell Pavilion, and the one in the back of the Woodlands called the Mitchell Branch. We have the Magnolia Branch, the Malcolm Purvis Branch out of Magnolia, and then we have the West Branch, which is in the city of Montgomery, and it's right next to a nice little lake like Conroe is. And then Metter has a library in Willis, and then New Caney is the Tullis Library. Have I counted all? Yes.
I believe so.
Yes.
I didn't know Montgomery had 2.
Yeah.
So
they're close by.
I
Okay.
know where the one is.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very nice.
Well, that's good to know. So everybody should go in and get a library card and visit and see all the amazing. And are you still doing like knitting classes or something?
Yes. Needlecraft classes. They're also at various locations. Some are at night, some are during the day. But they're called
That's kind of your passion.
Yes, they're so I learned. So they're called needle crafts because we have people now that like to cross stitch, and that's a new upcoming craft thing, and it's becoming popular again. So they're invited as well, so they can do that. So it doesn't have to be just knitting or just crochet. But I've noticed my knitting crochet class is getting younger.
Oh yeah, that's a thing.
Yeah. So it comes and goes. I've noticed that. So I'm
Interesting.
like, yeah. So I have one that's 4 months old, but she doesn't quite knit yet. But her mother's there.
Yeah,
So,
I need to get you to talk to the seniors about all these classes and
yes.
things.
So
I think
needlecraft
that would be
and
great.
I still have someone who likes to. She's got her own sheep in New Waverly, and she shears them and makes roving is what it's called. And then she'll come and she'll spin it into yarn at my class, which I think is cool.
Is that kind of using textiles and doing art with textiles kind of thing?
Yes.
I did
Yeah,
that back
it's
in college.
unusual, and I've never heard of it before, and I learn all the time
That's
from
interesting.
my patrons. Yeah,
Wow.
so yeah, isn't that cool?
I know, it is cool.
So it is fabulous. Please sign up at the for the summer reading, either online or come in person. I have a paper one for people who don't like to use the computers. So we have that option always for people. Or if you aren't sure how to do everything, call us and we'll sign you up for you. So
Okay. All right. So you go to countylibrary.org to find out about all the programs. Look at their calendar. I mean, they're age specific, and there's some that's not age just for everybody. They also have a Facebook page, MCMLS Tex, TX, Texas. And you can Google it, the Montgomery County Memorial Library System, and see all the different things they have. But it's probably good to even go there inside and check it out.
just one other thing, just a reminder, summer reading starts May 30th and it goes through July 21st. So don't as soon as school ends, head over to the library.
That's the program, but all the other programs are ongoing.
Yes.
Okay, get a book, read a book, go
Don't-
ask for Devery. Say that Devery sent you. That would be it. It's like a code word.
I would be delighted. Yeah, I'll come out and say hi and wave. Hey.
Okay, thanks, Devery.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
Since 2004, Roger Stein Chiropractic has offered spine and joint manipulation services to residents of Montgomery County and surrounding areas. Conditions treated include lower back pain, migraines, headaches, whiplash, carpal tunnel, neck pain, sciatica, joint pain, sports injuries, herniated discs, and complications from pregnancy. Roger Stein Chiropractic, led by Dr. Stacy Rogers and Dr. Brian McGee, is an integrity-verified chiropractic clinic. Call 936-441-9990 for an appointment or visit rogerssteinchiropractic.com. That's RODGERSSTEIN chiropractic.com.
Team Sinisi is a proud sponsor of Conroe Culture News. Vinny Sinisi and his professional team provide comprehensive real estate services throughout the greater Montgomery County area and beyond. Whether looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate, Team Sinisi has an impeccable reputation. Contact Team Sinisi for a great experience at teamsinisi.com. That's TEAMSINISI.com.
Don't miss Lone Star Community Radio on TV and YouTube. Our talk show and music shows are featured on Our City TV, Suddenlink Channel 12, and have their own YouTube channel. Make sure to subscribe to keep up with posted shows and comment on them below the video.
Does your company have needs that can be met by an employee who is dependable, hardworking, enthusiastic, motivated, cooperative, respectful, and punctual? Conroe Independent School District Special Education Department can meet your needs by connecting you with potential employees that have been preparing for a lifetime of employment. We have numerous individuals seeking paid and unpaid work experiences. If your company is interested in seeing how we can meet your business needs, call Conroe ISD Special Education Department to find the best employees for you at 936-709-7671.
Every Friday, tune into Texas Ticket on Conroe's 104.5 and 106.1 FM with Armando Nino of Gold Lake Conroe.
And we are back with the second segment today. And we're going to talk with Jessica Martin-Brassington all about Mama Bears Rising. And it's like a movement and what's going on. And she has a 1-year anniversary. And we all know basically what mama bears means. I feel like I'm a mama bear, and sometimes you just got to move forward and go where your heart leads you, correct?
That's correct. And also, when you're saying a mama bear, and it means so many different things to different people, and that's one of the things that I really want to share is that it may not fit the mold that people think, and that's okay. We don't have to do everything all the time and fit everyone's specific mold, but we usually are brought to that mama bear journey because it's something personal, as you definitely can relate, and so can I in just so many different ways. But it's okay. What one person's journey looks like is not the same for another. But at the heart of every mama is the welfare and the safety and the love for their family and their children. So that's one thing we all should be able to agree on. So
how did you start this group?
So just over a year ago, we launched with a documentary called The Mind Polluters by Mark and Amber Archer. They are an amazing couple. And before that, let's backtrack a little bit. I started speaking out against the hospital COVID protocols. I had several friends with family members in the hospital, and they were either being given these protocols or being neglected due to them not being going for the protocols. So during that journey, a mutual friend introduced me to a local representative. You might be familiar with him, Representative Toth, and said, hey, maybe he can help you. So that really exposed me to this whole life of politics that I was very ignorant and clueless about. Every friend of mine who had family members in the hospital at that time, they all died in the hospital. And so that just let me know that ignorance was no longer an option. We have to be more well-versed on legislation, whether we're quote-unquote politicians or not, and we have the most effect on the local level. So once that started, people saw me speaking up about that, and so then they started coming to me with things in the school that they were going through, or maybe they were pilots or physicians or different professions being affected. And so we started Mama Bears Rising at the beginning as a movement. It kind of culminated with all of that. Kind of at the same time, a lot of parents were concerned about some books in the library and different curriculum. And so it really was a mix of parents just saying, hey, we want to engage, we want to learn a little bit more about what's going on, and then we want to see how we can get involved in legislation to address some of these things that are happening in our community.
So where are you at with all of this right now? Is there a particular issue that you're working on?
So it still, unfortunately, is a mix of things. We are making progress, and we can talk a little bit about legislation in a minute as you've had your crash course. I'm sure you were a lot more familiar with legislation than I was last year, but it's we had a great session, it seems like. It's almost coming to a close, but the battle never ends. We are, and whether it's children being exposed to things in school or through curriculum, or even the teachers. We've had a lot of teachers come to me that are scared to speak up or not sure what might happen to them, and so we're just kind of advocating for them as well. One thing I have learned in this last year, Mama Bears Rising, is that there usually is not, things usually aren't as they appear, I guess you could say, and it's not always an easy fix. But we can always approach things in the right way, and you get a lot further when you're respectful and professional. You can be resolute in your convictions and carry yourself in a professional manner, and so that has really helped me a lot through this journey. I've met some amazing people, and I've met some amazing people with good intentions. And so,
it's your delivery. It's how you conduct yourself with respect, not rebellious, but people will listen more.
And sharing truth in love. There's a little piece, a lot of
kindness.
It's kindness and love, and there's a way to do it. So to answer your question, it still is a mix of educators, students, parents. I have partner organizations that I help with, and I share their events, or I sponsor Innovative Teachers of Texas is one. I don't know if you've had a chance to meet Melissa Martin. She's in Deer Park. She's an educator. She's great. She's in the trenches still, and she's also doing things in legislation, and it's for basically teachers that want to be protected and do their job, but don't want to keep things from parents or harm children. And so that's just one of them. Texas for Vaccine Choice is a medical freedom organization. One thing I love about them is they are bipartisan. So the things that I talk about in Mama Bears Rising, it's not a party issue. It's a mama bear issue. And so we can make changes and do these things while holding our elected officials accountable, but in a respectful way, and acknowledging either side of the party when they do something that is helping our community.
So it's basically, if you see something wrong, do something about it.
That's right. Yeah.
Don't just stand there.
That's
and
right.
You advocate for different issues that support family, faith, and our community.
Yes, and I've also been able to get a glimpse of different sides of things, right? So from the educator's perspective, what they're going through, but also the parents, our elected officials, so much of things that happen behind the scenes that I was not privy to. I've been able to get a little bit of a sneak peek as a citizen, and there's so many things that go into that. So a lot of times we feel like things aren't happening on the surface, and you might have gone through this, Margie, yourself, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes sometimes. But by the time it reaches the public, people, and even us as advocates and parents for things that we've done, people can't imagine the amount of time, energy, resources, and money that goes into things like this. They just see what's out there on the front. So
Sure.
I've definitely
I
learned
understand
that.
that.
And I've
Yeah.
learned what I want Mama Bears Rising to be and what I don't want it to be. We are not a political organization. We are a community that connects moms, provides resources and support for that mama bear on her journey. As a mama bear myself and in the parenting gig, whatever you want to call it, for over 19 years, I know it could be overwhelming and exhausting and feel isolating in the same time. So we want to help ban that mama bear burnout. So,
Do you have to be a parent of Conroe ISD to be a part of the organization?
no. So that is one thing that when this movement started, we started local in Conroe. There was a lot of things, I think as well. Some things might have played into the time of year, things that were coming up, but absolutely not. I have mama bears who are from different counties within the state and other states. Our thing that we want to encourage the mama bears to do is not to depend on us. We want to give you the resources you need to take it back to your community. I have learned that we have the most influence at the local level. And a lot of times before this experience, I was caught up, like I think a lot of people, in the big picture, the big thing like the president or these things. And I was clueless. I didn't even know who what Commissioner Court was, or my local representative. And I've been able to meet some amazing people. Representative Toth is not my personal representative, but he is definitely someone who is very...
He's been very helpful to me, and he's not my
helpful.
representative either.
And he doesn't necessarily ask if you're his constituent, and I like that about him. So I've been able to meet my senator, Senator Creighton. I know you're familiar with him.
Oh, yeah.
And same thing there. The common denominator is I want elected officials who truly care about their community.
And listen.
And they don't always need their name attached to everything. Mama Bears Rising, we do things and my name's not on there. And honestly, some of the things I talk about, I don't necessarily want, have to have my name out there all the time. I don't know if you've experienced this, Margie, but it's not all, rainbows and butterflies when you take a stance on something. Imagine that.
Imagine that. Yeah, in my own fight against the military.
Yeah. I don't know if you know, but I lost my brother to combat PTSD suicide. And seeing that, it changes you. It changes your family. It changes your perspective. I've had an issue with one of my daughters in the school system with being physically assaulted in the restroom, and just going through that process. When I did meet with Senator Creighton's staff in office, I was just sharing with him different perspectives as a parent, and then the educators and all the different roles they have to play in the school. through things I've done with domestic anti-human trafficking, I can see a lot of connect the dots, but the person that's not in that or hasn't been exposed to it, it's a lot. But when you speak out, you're going to make some enemies, and you keep sharing truth and sharing it in love, and we're not stopping. So,
well, I think a lot of it, people take things at the surface level without really understanding the depth or the why or any of that. They just know a few information. For instance, like in my case, people think I'm against the military. Well, no, that is not the story. I want them to do better to save our military lives. But that could be on any issue. If they don't look behind what is at the top level, or maybe the top level needs to be more clearly defined so that people understand that, and you could have a discussion on why it's important. So your group, your organization is for advocacy, basically.
Yes, it's advocacy. I will continue to provide advocacy for that parent who is facing an issue, for that teacher. And we also have, which is our celebration tomorrow, we're turning 1, but we also have an app and membership that's launching. So it will be tomorrow at Hebrews, their new location in the Woodlands, 9:30 to 11:30. In Mama Bears Rising, we believe in putting our roots in our community and growing from there and supporting local business. We will have a macaron. I learned it's not macaroon, it's macaron cake by Sweet Peaks TX. You can find her, but that's another component to it to allow me to continue. Like we said, it's a lot of time, money, and resources. So this membership will be a way to allow me to continue advocating for those parents and the teachers. Going back to real quickly what you said, when people think you're against the military, the same for me. Like, we're not anti-public school. We're not anti any of these things. We actually are promoting parent and teacher partnerships, and it takes a little bit of everyone involved to really do their part and be engaged and take the time to look behind the surface level and say, look, we need to have some solutions here. Complaining and just blindly sharing snippets and headlines is not going to get us there. Now, if you want to discuss some things and come to some solutions, Mama Bears Rising is the place for you. But if you have a personal agenda or you want to just go in and complain, probably not the best fit.
Right. It's kind of like when you complain, you can just keep complaining, but if you don't have any ideas to fix the problem or some resolutions, it just falls flat. You know, there's no answer to that. So your organization, how does one become involved in being a part of Mama Bears Rising?
So we do have a Facebook group, Mama Bears Rising. That's how it started a year ago. And I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with Facebook, as I think a lot of us do. But it is honestly a great place to connect. So many people have found us there. But then for that mama who wants to get more engaged, they can find us on Facebook, and then they can join the app and become a member. And it's Mama Bears Rising is the app. So I would suggest going on there, connecting, finding what you want to do. In Mama Bears Rising, we want our mamas to know, grow, and show. We want them to know they're not alone. As you and I can relate, a lot of times it does feel isolating. Even if someone can't share your exact same experience, if it's similar, it helps to have that community. Grow in their journey, regardless of the age or stage of life you're in. On your journey, there's always room for growth. And then for those mamas who have been in their journey and want to give back, we want them to show others and be a mentor. I've had so many people who have stepped into my life and have helped me get to where I want to go quicker. And then been there to support me, and I want to give that to moms in Mama Bears Rising as well.
So is it just you that's leading this group, or do you have others with you?
So Mama Bears Rising is now a company with a cause. It started as a movement. I was going to go down the 501c3 nonprofit route, chose against that. There's some great organizations doing things, and I really want to be a connector. If someone's doing it, I'm not reinventing the wheel, but I will connect you to someone who I partner with, and it is me. I started this with my own money. Every dime has been mine, and I want to keep it where it's the heart of the moms who can know that they're not alone. They don't have to know anything about something to be a mama bear with a cause. You just need to be willing to get in and learn and not stop, and keep the heart at what you're doing. Keep it for the heart of your children and your family. So, yep, it's just me.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I went on there on the Facebook group, but it asked me about my child being in Conroe ISD.
Okay, so we did start having different areas. So like Magnolia, Tomball, Montgomery. I will have to go back and check that. I don't know if it was specific to the Conroe one, but I will go back and check because, like I said, that's where it started. We've had people want to do chapters. I really wanted to take this year to kind of see where things were going and make sure that, like you said before, that clarity is so important.
It is.
Sometimes when people get connected, like I was saying when I met with one of our representatives, I think it was Senator Creighton's, he asked about the Facebook group. And I'm like, well, anyone can like a Facebook group. The key performance indicators I look at are the moms who get in, they get engaged, and they grow on their journey, and they're taking action. And so that's the route I've chosen to take. Get in there, connect. But regardless of where you are, you can take what you can learn in Mama Bears Rising and start doing what you're going to do in your own community. So,
yeah, it's very good. So where do you go from here? What's your next thing that you're working on?
So in Mama Bears Rising, we have the app and membership. And after this summer, we are actually going to be launching Mama Bear University. I'd like to say get your MBD, get your Mama Bear degree. And it'll be a mix of online courses in all different areas, because one thing I've tried along my way, Margie, and as women and mothers, we service so many different roles. Whether we quote unquote work outside the home or not, we're running a business. Our family and our home is like a business. There's so many things that we have to manage and so many things we have to know. And as so many people found out in 2020, health and wellness is another component that we have to know about as well. What serves our family best in our health and wellness. I don't know if you know this about me, but before all of this, I am a certified holistic health coach. I'll be sitting for my board. I'll be nationally board certified as a health and wellness coach. So that'll be another component as well. So yes, Mama Bear University. We'll have Mama Bear mentors coming in the fall, and it's for those moms who are very clear on the core values of Mama Bears Rising and who are ready to mentor other moms. And I get a lot of people ask, what about grandparents? We have Nana Bears Rising. You're still mamas, and the Papa Bears they're starting to get connected too. So I'm excited to see where this will lead in the future.
All kinds of affiliate memberships. So do you have meetings or anything like that?
So we are going to start that. I wanted to wait till the app was up. It started kind of outgrowing. As you know, sometimes these things take off, and I wanted to make sure the branding and the message was very clear. Like you said earlier, I want to make sure we are not coming across as anti, government school or, teachers or any of these things. So I've spent a lot of time and money on the legal side. So all that to say, we will start having those meetings now, Mama Bear meetups here locally, and I'll start sharing ways other mamas in different counties can do that as well. So stay tuned for that. We'll be sharing a lot of that, and the podcast will come out in June as well. So
a lot of things coming down.
Oh, yeah.
in the next few months. So, I mean, it just seems like it would be the right climate to have a meeting with a speaker or something like that in the community.
Oh, for sure.
Even monthly.
Yes, we will be having that. And then one of the things, too, and you're familiar with this, Margie, but in case someone else isn't, when one of my friends, Marlise Ledbetter, when this all started, her mom was one of those in the hospital, and she actually connected with Representative Toth, and they have Mary Lou's bill, it's passed the third reading, and it's going to the governor's desk. So legislation is a very big piece, and we recognize the importance of it, but I want to make sure that mamas know we can hold any of our elected officials accountable, and that they are serving in the right role. So it's not that we are not involved in legislation. So look for some speakers that will be in either mamas like yourself doing legislation, or like Marlise, or those elected officials who have helped make those things happen. That'll be happening this summer.
Okay, very exciting. So what have we missed? Do you want to repeat again about when the anniversary event is, where it is, and all of that?
Yes, so it is Tuesday, May, right? I was going to say March or May. Tuesday, May 16th. Jeez, it's been a heck of a year already, right, Marge? Tuesday, May 16th at Hebrews, their new location. They
And where is
recently
that?
opened. It is off of Oak Ridge Drive. They have a
Okay.
Magnolia location, but this is their new one. It's 9:30 to 11:30. Go by, support local business, grab a coffee, and go in the C.S. Lewis room, meet other mamas, and find out how you can get engaged and join the app.
Well, it sounds fun. I am planning to be there.
Oh, okay. Yay. Okay.
Yes, it's on
and
my
And I
calendar.
will be with you on May 23rd.
1 week from Tuesday. My goodness.
It's coming up.
So, yes, absolutely.
Never stops, right?
Okay, so if they want to find out more, they can go to mamabearsrising.com.
Yes.
And find out about it. Look for the group on Facebook. Just put it in the search, Mama Bears Rising. Find out about that. And join us tomorrow at the anniversary event, Hebrews Coffee, 9:30 to 11:30 at their new location in the Woodlands.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Thank
y'all.
you so much, Jessica. And
Thanks,
thank you
Margie.
to our sponsors, Roger Stein Chiropractic and the Lake Conroe Realty Group. We appreciate you, and we'll talk again next week.